Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is pen pal ideas for Christmas, and I have many ideas for pen pals for Christmas. So I thought I would share it with all of you and give you a nice head start to create your pen pal letters, because I know internationally you have to start early. So though it's November, it's not actually that early. So I thought I would share with you some ideas that I have. This isn't even half of it. As always, got my box of bits and pieces. So I thought we can start today with the example of envelopes. Okie doke, envelopes. So the first example I have is this one. So this was some Christmas promotional mail. No idea what it was for. It was just junk mail, so I was going to recycle it regardless. But then it occurred to me, this is super pretty and I really like it. So on the back, or I think this was originally the front, there's all this. So my thought was, if you're sending this to somewhere that's not international, you don't need a full-on address sticker, but if you do, there's like plenty of space on the back, and you can like write the address at the top, put the stamps here. Either way, it's a really good cheap idea to reuse. So all I've done is cut off the prepaid stuff that was there before, folded a bit over. It's okay if it's not like loads, because if you use sellotape, it's pretty secure. So that is one example that you can use for envelopes. Nice, cheap and cheerful, and it recycles. Upcycles? I'm not sure. Okay, the second one is this one. Now, I've already decorated it for inspiration as an idea. So this is actually from this. So this is a Christmas catalogue that I picked up from Aldi. This just happens to be from Aldi. It can be from anywhere. And on the back is where I ripped it off. If you use, hang on, here's the other half. There we go. That is what I used for the envelope. Now, if you do use these things, they're great. You can cut them up and use them just as decorations for your pen pals or journaling in general. But if you use the front cover, they are super thick, and they are thick enough to be a super sturdy envelope. Now, the back doesn't look great, but then again, you'll have your return label stuck here. And then, yeah, just a little example of how you can decorate it with a nice Christmassy background. I'm not 100% sure if I like this anymore. But yeah, ignoring that. But just as an example, to have like a Christmassy background, these sort of magazines, very good to use. And last but not least is this absolutely super cute and adorable Christmas dinosaur letter envelope. So it's just an envelope where I have glued and secured the dinosaur paper. Now this I actually got from Poundland, I think, for like 25p in January, like a year ago? No, 2 years ago, because I used some of this for Christmas last year. So these are just napkins, and when you use napkins, they are always multiple layers. So you want to take the layer only with the design on it, and then you can glue the item. Don't glue this, you'll rip it. Glue the card, the paper, whatever it is you want to glue onto it, and you can stick it on and use it as decorative paper. I mean, it's dinosaurs with Christmas hats. I mean, can't go wrong. And yeah, so that was like a nice, cheap and easy way to kind of do some pen pal envelopes. So these are my envelope examples for today. So I thought they were pretty nifty and useful. Another thing the next thing I thought we could talk about is old Christmas cards. This might not be very useful for you this year. You might have to use new Christmas cards, but old Christmas cards are incredibly helpful. So here's one that I have from last year. It's absolutely beautiful, and I thought I could use it with pen pals or for journaling. And because I've already cut this piece of card off with the writing and messages on it, I recycle these. And so instead of, I thought I'd just save them for my journaling and everything this year. It's absolutely beautiful. You can even just buy cheap cards for yourself, but if you want a variety of cards, just keep the cards that you have from this year. Now, there are several things you can do with this. You can do what I'm going to do, and that is to put that as part, like a feature in your Ujo setup, or you can use them as, like, for example, you can make layer it up and things like that, so you can put the letter and things like that to make a really nice, like, quirky pen pal happy mail. Or you know what, another thing you can do, which I was thinking about it, if you are struggling to send people extras at Christmas, because it is expensive, if you do have a bunch of these cards that you've saved, you can just grab a bunch, wrap them up either in wrapping paper that you've saved from last year, or some string, and you can make a Christmas card bundle that they can then use in their own decorating. So I think that's really, really good and really useful, and that way you can be as creative as you want and they can be as creative as they want. So I think that's really good. Coming back to this is just like a small example of wrapping paper that I have kept. So I love this one. I actually loved it so much. I used it as my December setup last year, and I got it Christmas for that. So I save like really cute wrapping paper and stuff to use in my crafting. So I can either use it as decorative paper for actually creating pen pals and journaling entries, or again, you can bundle up a nice little selection and send it to your pen pals. So I thought, again, that's a really nice, cheap and cheerful but very sweet way of reusing stuff, but to the max. So it's already served its purpose. It wrapped the gifts, but now I want to use it for something cool and fun. So that is another example that I have. The next example I'm actually quite chuffed about. Hang on a second. Sticking to the same kind of theme, and that is keeping old tags. Now these tags, that's got some markings on it. They're a little old. They weren't actually written on, these ones. But my idea, this one has actually been written on. So although it's been written on, it's really, really cute. It's very pretty. It's all shiny. And I'm like, I would love to use this as part of a pen pal. But there's another part of me that I don't want to just straight up send it because it's got writing on it. And like, you know, what do you do with it? Unless I'm sticking it to something, you think there's not a lot you can do. However, I've had an idea. This is the Christmas washi tape that I bought for this year because I was running out. Now, my idea is to use it to put washi tape samples on it. One, because even though there's writing, it doesn't really matter because one, nobody looks at the back of washi tape, and two, you're reusing it in exactly the way you were going to use it in the first place, but you've just saved money by having to buy them for that. So I am just going to put some washi tape on this, and we'll have a look at what it looks like in a second. Okie doke. So I have applied the washi tape that to the little gift tag, and as you can see at the back, you can't even see what it really says. But it's super cute, and it's a nice cute addition to your Penpal letters. And again, you're reusing it, so you didn't pay for it, and it saves you some pennies, but looks super cute. So that is another idea that I had. So I'm just going to pop them here a second, because the next idea I had is stickers. Now, we all love some good stickers and stationery, but let's face it, it's Christmas. Things get a little bit expensive, and most people don't want to buy loads of stationery stuff for Christmas. So I have 2 examples. I made my own stickers. So I got a bunch of little penguin ones, and you can do the backing, like the sticky bit, 2 different ways. I got a bunch of penguins, and then I made a whole load of Kiki and Lala angels. So on the back of these little penguin stickers, I've used double-sided sticky tape, but I've only gone around the edges, so you don't have to use as much. So if you're really on a budget, you can actually still have stickers, but not using as much. Now with these ones, the entire back is a sticker. So with double-sided sticky tape, you can get a variety of thicknesses. This one's one of the thinnest you can get, or this one is like that thick. So I just stuck them on there and then cut them out. But yeah, I spent a really long time making these. I'm really proud of how they turned out, because I think they are super cute. And they're pastel, but still Christmassy, which I love, because that's very hard. And it's super cute. I'm super chuffed, and that's an idea to save some money by making your own stationery. You can also do something else in general to save some money, and that is make your own memo notes. If you are curious how I made these memo notes, I have a separate video all about how to make your own. So if you wanted to check that out, that is there. But you can also make your own memo notes, which obviously will save you a lot of money, because you're not actually buying the stationery. So yeah, that is also a really good idea that I came up with. Next up is this. I've got all sorts of little scrap things like this, and basically it's scrap. So I have this, and I have this clothes tags. Yeah, I got a bunch of clothes tags here that came off stuff. Now, I figured clothes tags, you can either do the same thing over here with the washi tape, or you can straight up glue it or cut them out. Like this one is really cute. I think you could do an entire Frozen themed letter, which I think I may do. So you can actually use them all sorts of ways, or again, you can send them as is to Penpals so they can use it. And this is a scrap card. I think it was off our Christmas pudding box, but it's really pretty, really shiny, and I figured you can use it the same way and use it as decoration for your letters and bits. So there is that, which I think is super useful. I also have this. Now, this is from Hotel Chocolat, and it is a H-box cover. I got it for free. I didn't go overboard because it's cheeky, but it's free. I am actually using this in my diary setup for December this year, so look forward to seeing that. And yeah, you can use this you can literally fold it in half and have this beautiful gold foil, and you can make so much cool stuff with it. There's so much stuff you can do without spending a fortune. Now, I have another idea about sending stuff. So this is a bit quirky. So here is my Christmas card. A Christmas card that I'm going to send to a pen pal. And this is super thin. It's very thin. It's actually Christmas decoration. So I bought them again in the sale for like 50p for 10. So I sent a bunch out last year, and I'm going to send some out this year too, because the way I did it was I stuck it to the card, so that way it would be all together. But I thought it was a really sweet idea because it's super flat, so if you're worried about size, perfect for pen pals. You get to send an ornament all the way across the country, and you don't have to worry about price of postage. So that I think is very important, and something people do actually consider. So I think that is quite relevant with regards to this. So as another idea that you can send your pen pals, you can send stuff like hot chocolate, because it is winter and winter drinks and stuff are highly appropriate. You can send tea if they don't like it. But yes, it's another example I have on little gifts that you can actually send. And last but not least, we're on the last bit now. Last but not least, you can actually make, if you're struggling to find Christmas themed letter sets because they're expensive, because I also struggled this year, okay, it's not quite last but not least, there's something else. So anyway, I made my very own Hello Kitty letter sets. So I drew these little Hello Kitties, and it's got that on the back. I made the envelope myself. So all you need is pen and some paper and some sellotape. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So the way I did these, so I coloured the border first. I used alcohol pens, so they bled through the page. And so you have each Hello Kitty on each side, and then I decorated them on the edges. But because it bled through each side, I could just outline it on this side, and then you have now double-sided paper, which I thought was really quirky and cool and fun. That way you can still stick with the really cute and kawaii themes, but for Christmas without breaking the bank, because letter sets are expensive. Okay, now it's last but not least, and that is Christmas cards. You can send all sorts of Christmas cards. I'm sure you'll have a bunch of them left over. These I bought for last year. I bought so many because it's cute and it's a unicorn Christmas cards. But the reason I like these is they are tiny, and if you are sending a few things, tiny is good, because that means you can still send a selection of stuff without having to worry about it being too heavy or things like that. So yes, the last thing on my list of things to send for pen and pal ideas is Christmas cards. So yeah, that is all my ideas for this Christmas pen paling. I'm really, really excited because I had lots and lots of ideas, and thanks to my partner who is so sweet. I didn't know what to do for this video because I didn't want to make the pen pal video till later, but I'm starting the Christmas stuff now, and knowing that I've already been planning, suggested I put them all in one video. So yeah, I hope this video really helps you with some ideas, but also some ideas on a budget, because it's Christmas, it's expensive time of year as it is. So I hope this video was very useful for you and just give you some inspiration. And I hope to see you all in the future. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you later.